Hey my Aquarius, what's going on? So if you are Aquarius or have any placements of Aquarius, sun, moon, or rising, this is your full moon in Aquarius exclusive reading. So again, if you're an Aquarius and you have sun, moon, or rising, even Venus, whatever placements you have of Aquarius, this will be a reading for you pertaining to this full moon in your sign. So welcome back to my channel. I am Meaningful Intuitive Guided Tarot here, as always, coming back to bring a moon phase reading pertaining to that of the full moon. And so we have a lot to cover here because I want to just say right quick, somehow I felt compelled to bring in maybe a little bit more extra for you Aquarius. So sometimes it depends on what it is that spirit is like guiding me to. But prior to this reading, I selected the decks that I will be using, as I usually do. Before I do any reading, I usually see what certain decks, because certain decks will be a little bit more better to use for a reading. And so I took time to really meditate to see what decks I wanted to use for you guys reading, and it kind of set the tone for the rest of the other reading. So it's not just for your reading, but for the rest of the element readings. But there was some extra material or resources and information and just highlights that I wanted to bring for you Aquarius. Why? Is because somehow I feel like for the most of you, though, I want to say, congratulate yourself, because I feel that for some of you, you have just come out of making a very pressing decision that have been on your mind for quite some time, maybe weeks, maybe months. And for others of you, you are not quite there. You are very close to doing it. And so I feel that if you're one of those that is part of the latter that I just mentioned, that haven't made a decision about a particular situation, that you are very close to making it. You have to release doubt in terms of, well, if I make this decision, what will be the outcome from it? Don't worry about the outcome. Just know that in your heart of hearts and in your inner soul, there's an inner voice that is coming in loud and clear in terms of the decisions you should make. And for those that are struggling with that, because I do see there's slight struggle, but I feel it's just for just a small portion of you, as I feel that collectively, I think that at this time, the collective of you Aquarius have been really struggling, and I feel that it has been very challenging to make a decision about some sort of situation. And when I say collective, I really mean collective, because I am on a public platform, and for those that happen to have Aquarius in their natal chart, anyone at any time can come across this reading. And so I say that because just know that even though this is a collective reading for you Aquarius, situations and what it is that is going on with you is going to hit differently, and that the messages may not resonate for all of you. But I feel strongly that for the most part, Aquarius have been dealing with some sort of a decision that they have been mentally, they have been in a analysis paralysis type of headspace lately. And like I said, for some of you, it may have been weeks, it may have been months, but you finally have made the decision. Even though, right quick, giving you just a slight heads up, even though we didn't get the major arcana of the judgment, but I did see it during the pre-shuffling, which means that a decision has been made for a portion of you. And for a few of you, the decision have yet to be made, and it's okay. We're just a day after this full moon. Full moon energy, it's very much still potent and active. And with that being said, even when the moon itself fades out and we get into the shadows of it behind it, the messages is still very much potent and still very much significant, that can last up from 2 weeks up to 30 days. So you can say that whatever messages that is coming out for you guys today, it is going to be, you can say, timeless at this point. And it can even be something that can even spill over into 2025, because for some reason, this full moon, which is also known as, I believe, it's been also known as the blue moon or the sturgeon moon. But this moon is very, very powerful for some reason. And so the messages that is coming out for everyone, it's going to be something you can say that is going to spill over. Absolutely. Not only for this month, but even beyond. So if there are interpretations that is being expressed here today, just know that if it doesn't happen for you, or you don't see the change pertaining to the messages after this month, it can take place for the next month or the next month after that, and maybe even the top of 2025. All right. So I felt the need to want to say that. And whenever I feel motivated or nudged by the spirits to express something, that will be a message. We're still under Mercury retrograde, so there might be some snuffles in my wording here, but it's okay as long as the message comes out. So I feel, again, I was saying that whenever it is that I feel that I didn't jump right into your reading because I wanted to say what I just said, because I felt that someone needed to hear it, or that it was some type of importance to making mention of what I just said. All right. And so now that I have said it, let's now start your reading, my Aquarius. Okay. For my sun, moon, or rising Aquarius that is looking at this video. So what is the highlight, the overall theme behind this full moon in Aquarius? It's highlighting, showing the world the real you. And that means, translated, being authentic to yourself, the version of who you are and what it is that you want to be, that maybe was kind of not really being your most authentic because of a situation, for person, place, or thing. All right. But in finding out what version and what is being highlighted in terms of the energy that is kind of shifting towards you and helping you to amplify, showing the world the real authentic version of yourself, we're going to dive into your cards. Before doing so, I wanted to go in as well to give you guys exactly an extension of showing the world the real you. What else is being highlighted by this full moon and your sign Aquarius? So it says here that Aquarius full moon is asking all of us to unleash our own inner rebel. And when you think about rebel, that is you guys, because you guys are ruled by the planet Uranus or Uranus. Some pronounce it Uranus, some say Uranus, but you are ruled by that planet. Uranus is a rebellious planet. And so if this full moon is asking us to unleash that rebellion in us, that means that somewhere inside we all have some sort of rebellion, right? But at the same time, it's also saying, are you ready to unleash your authentic version of yourself? Have you felt the calling to drastically switch up the status quo, rebelling against structure or limitations in your life? And if the answer is yes, the full moon will amplify the rebel within to march to the beat of your own drum. Now, you Aquarius, you already naturally dance to the beat of your own drum. But let's just say there has been limitations and you're actually doing that. This full moon is going to amplify it 10 times. It's time to crank up the energy from this moon, because when it's full, all aspects of our inner life are heightened. All right. And so with that being said, in addition to this full moon, we also are incorporating 3 other astrological energies that is all in conjunction with this full moon. That being Uranus, as I mentioned. Uranus is about change, We are also still under a Mercury retrograde. And so breaking down that dual astrological energy, Mercury is here. It deals with messages. And then the retrograde is about review. All right. So in addition to this full moon, we also have these other additional astrological energies at play. And we have other astrological energies that is going on. So, I always say, because I'm still learning astrology, but I also, look at other astrologers and get some insight for further, information to see what's going on planetarily. And there is so much going on for this month of August, but you can say it's kind of propelling us. It's like preparing us at this time for what's to come, because there's more to come. And when you're dealing with so many astrological planets, whether people believe in it or not, it does influence and impact us on so many ways. So there's shifts that is always, nothing remains the same, because you should know that energy always does what? Energies fluctuates, energies move, they move around. And so when you have other planetary activities that is going on, it's almost like it is affecting us, whether it's affecting us for the good, or if it's shifting us or affecting us in a not so positive aspect, right? At the end of it all, we have to understand that we need to utilize the effects of these energies to work in the best for us, if that makes sense. So let's speak about, so as I mentioned with Uranus is you guys' planet, and it's about change. But let's speak about Mercury. Mercury brings, it delivers messages for whether from people or either messages to ourselves, okay? So sometimes when we get messages, it doesn't have to always be from external people. It could be the message that is coming from within, and that inner guidance is what you call your intuition. It's always better than most times to get it from the outside. Now, that's what Mercury stands for. Now, retrograde in itself, it is about review. Review in order to revise, in order to release what no longer serves us while we are unleashing, which takes us back to the planet Uranus, as the retrograde energy brings that change. So once we utilize and have Mercury in retrograde, because we know retrogrades gets a bad rap anyway, but there is something about the retrograde that is going to kind of almost like stop us in our track, to really review and reevaluate. This is something that we all need to do from time to time, because like I said, people change, situations change, we change. And as we change, guess what happens? The people that are closest to us might not be on the same frequency of change that you are on. And so that might be the need to kind of step back and say to yourself, okay, if I'm going here and I'm with this person and they're not quite on that same wavelength with me, then I may need to kind of take a step back and kind of go into that solitude mode, hermit mode, and kind of think about it, So that is what this all means at this time, my Aquarius. So with all that being said, let's now jump right into your cards. And so the major energy that I've come out for you guys during this time, that is going to kind of represent and highlight in what aspect that you are showing the world the real you in terms of your authenticity. You guys got the major, well, no, it's not a major arcana, but I would say the energy behind it is major. This is the Two of Wands. I feel the Two of Wands is, you can say, a major energy. It's not a major arcana, it's a minor arcana, but the energy, I feel, is very potent and intense for you, because the Two of Wands speaks about planning. It is about making a decision. Twos in tarot always signifies some type of choice or decision to be made. But with the wands here, it's that you have either been setting plans in motion. It's the card of plan, but it's where decisions have already been initiated, maybe from the past of the last full moon, or just recently, or maybe this might have been something that you might have been planning for some of you 2 years, maybe a year ago. For others of you, it might be, like I said, recent, maybe months ago or weeks ago. Okay, but whatever it is, you are in that stage. Now, I did mention earlier that for some of you, whatever decision that you know you needed to make, I feel that for some of you, you already made the decision. While others of you, you are not quite there yet. You still need a little bit more time. But just know that whatever decision that you need to make at this time, centered around this full moon, it's going to be the best decision for you. Because during the pre-shuffling, as we go later on to the other cards, I saw doubt. And sometimes when we make decisions, we can be doubtful, which means that it can make us a little bit apprehensive about making a decision. But when we are apprehensive and we kind of stop, it doesn't help the situation because the problem is still going to be there. So if we are unhappy about a situation, then there's a decision that needs to be made ASAP, right? So for those of you that have already made that decision, I feel that it's something in one aspect that it's been a long time coming. It's something that you've been planning for quite some time, where you made a step forward, close to making that decision, but then you took 2 steps back. And this is what is being shown here in terms of clarifying the overall energy behind this 2 of Wands. You got the Knight of Pentacles along with the 10 of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is one of the slowest moving energies in the tarot. And when you look at Pentacles, Pentacles comes up because it's an earthbound energy. But we connect Pentacles with earth energy. It's earthbound, like I said. It's that of our material world. But it's also, when you connect earthbound energy, it's also about stability and solidity in our relationships, in any aspect of our life. Because this is also a theme of this moon, is that I highlighted that all aspects of our inner life is going to be heightened. So for some of you, yes, it might be pertaining to your finances. For others, it might be pertaining to your career or job, where maybe you've been making a decision if you should stay or if it's time for you to move on to something else. But I will tell you now, for some of you, though, it has to do with partnerships. And we're going to get into why I say that it's, for some of you, it's more dealing with lovers or partnerships or relationships. So going back right quick, I want to go in further about this 2 of Pentacles. Now remember, your overall strongest energy started out with the 2 of Wands. Now we got the, not the 2 of Pentacles. I must have seen it during the pre-shuffles. But the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles, like I said, it's a steady energy. So I want to say that the Knight of Pentacles is where it speaks about the past, where you was close to making a decision, but you took a step back or you put it on hold. Because the Knight of Pentacles can sometimes be coming to a halt, coming to a complete stop, needing to take some time to make that decision. And then you come back, you take a step forward, but then you take 2 steps back, 2 steps forward. Now, to me, for some of you, you have made that decision to move forward. And you're doing so because you want to go toward your 10 of Pentacles. Your 10 of Pentacles is in tarot somewhat carry the same energy like the 10 of Cups. You're going to what fulfills you, making you happy. But because we have the 10 Pentacles here versus the 10 of Cups, this is speaking upon not your emotions right now, right? Because Aquarius, you guys are not the most emotional sign. You have been deemed as the less emotional sign. So the 10 of Pentacles is just showing right now, you're not thinking about your emotions, or you're not allowing your emotions to get in the way from making a decision. But Pentacles is here because it's showing that in actuality, you're looking for some sort of balance, stability, and something that is going to be there with you for the long haul. But 10 of Pentacles also is connected to people, family, is connected to marriage, partnerships. And speaking of that, as I look at the top of the deck by which this Two of Wands came from, we have the Lovers here. The Lovers not only is about matters pertaining to your relationship, but it's also a choice. Back in the day, the Lovers used to be called the choice card. So if there's a choice that has to be made, that means then that there was something in your life, right, that you are being called upon to make a decision about. Now, like I said, for some, it is pertaining to some sort of a partnership, right? Take it where it fits your situation. And then on top of the deck, where the Knight of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles came from, yet again, the Lover shows up on top. So this is double confirmation right here, which is saying that you are making decisions between maybe two people, matters of the heart. Maybe you have been torn between two people, right? Maybe the person you might be with may not quite be the person you want to be with, and so maybe the person that you was with from the past, potentially. Again, put it where it fits you, because this is not going to be everybody's situation, right? But it's definitely for, I would say, a portion of you, it is lovers or a partnership. For others of you, it is related to your money, your job, or career, right? But in whatever aspect it is, there is something that you had to make a decision about. And now as we go in to clarify what was the overall message behind the Knight of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles, what came out was the Two of Swords. So you got twos again that's showing up. So this probably was what I meant when I mistakenly said the Two of Pentacles to Two of Swords. I know I saw another energy with twos. So you guys got two wands, Two of Swords, the Lovers, which is connected to twos because it's about making a decision. And I took the liberty when I mentioned about being a little extra and giving you guys a little bit extra information. This is the part where I took the liberty to get what is behind the number two. What is the symbolic spiritual number? The meaning behind the number two. And this is what it had to say. Two is a reminder to find inner peace and balance in all aspects of your life. And how interesting that the number two connects with this energy of this full moon, because if you remember when I gave you guys the highlight behind it, I mentioned that when the moon is full, all aspects of our inner life are being heightened. And yet the number two is very dominant here. The number two is very dominant in your reading, highlighting that you need to find inner peace and balance in all aspects of your life. It also suggests to trust your intuition, how your emotions are being impacted, especially in partnerships that either need balance and harmony or needing to let go due to disharmony or imbalances. And I just want to say that if all of these cards is coming out to say that there's a choice that has to be made, that means that in some sort of way, some sort of aspect of your life, there is imbalance and disharmony and a need for you to either try to restore it or to let it go. And because we are under a full moon phase, generally full moons do help us to release and let go of the things, people, places, of things that do not serve us. All right. So again, quickly looking at this Two of Swords, this is like at crossroads. Now, like I said, this is for some of you. I feel that collectively, though, Aquarius, you guys have already made this decision. All right. But there might be maybe two of you, four of you that maybe is struggling a little bit in making that decision. So like I said, you would know in what decision that is because it's going to be different for everyone. So again, for emphasis, for some of you, it's making a decision between the current person that you are in partnership with. For others of you, it could be job or career career related. For others of you, it might be pertaining to money, maybe an investment that maybe you are not sure about, that you might be in doubt of. But whatever it is, at the end, what is most important? What is going to actually give you the go ahead to make a decision and know that when you make that decision, it's going to be the best one for you? Is the decision that you make by following and listening to your own inner guidance, your intuition. All right. I'm a messenger here. So remember, and speaking about one of those astrological energies, I think it was Mercury. Mercury was about message, as it is the energy or the planet of messengers. You can say, I'm showing up for you in representation of the planet Mercury, because for one, I am giving you a message. Now, in terms of what you do with the message, that is on you. I have no control as to the messages that you are given. But at the end of the day, your final overall decision and choice lies within you, Aquarius. All right. So as we wind down this reading now, I took the liberty to pull out a card from the Soul's Journey deck. And I wanted to have Spirit to connect me with the strongest Soul's Journey oracle that was going to either highlight what you needed to let go of at this time, or the energy you need to embrace of. And unbeknown to me, because I don't know what will come out, only by what I see. And speaking of that earlier, that word doubt, it came out during the pre-shuffle. It actually flipped out, but I put it back. I didn't take it. And because I just had started the shuffling. And so what actually came out in terms of what Spirit saw that you Aquarius need to embrace at this time was trust. Isn't it interesting? Because if you remember, I mentioned here a part of what's being highlighted behind this moon is trust, right? I'm trying to see. What was it? It was trust. One second, Aquarius. It was something here about trust. It's being highlighted with this full moon. Give me a second, Aquarius. I usually highlight what I want to refer back to. I'm sorry, guys. Just bear with me. Okay, you know what? Thank you, Spirit. Spirit just gave me like a little help here. They said the word trust came up when it came to the message coming from the Moonology deck, by which this card came out right here. And I know that this might be where I saw trust. I think it was something that I highlighted in one of the guidebooks here. This is going to wreck my brain, Aquarius. You got to bear with me. You got to bear with me. It's going to kill me. And I will probably find it after I'm done with the reading. We're already 29 minutes in. A little bit longer than I want to go. But you know what? It's all good. Because sharing is caring. I'm sharing and giving you guys guidance at this time. And believe me, if it's just for one of you, then my message or my job has been done. somehow it's going to be of relevance to somebody at this time. But I know when I was preparing it, I had came across it when I was looking into the book. Don't pay me no mind, Aquarius. Pay me no mind. I'm trying to shift my energy to know, either way the message is going to be okay. The message is going to be out there. I don't want to take up more time. Or it could have come from the Soul's Journey deck. Let me see. No, it didn't come from that. You know what? It's okay. Nonetheless, Aquarius, the fact that you guys got trust, it's very significant. And so the message is that it says, I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. And I just spoke about that moments ago, that trust is very important for you guys at this time. So for those that already made the decision, you will probably say, I hope I made the right decision. The answer is yes, you made the right decision. For others of you that maybe didn't quite make the decision, you're on your way to making that decision. And when you go with your own inner voice and your own inner guidance, believe me, it's always going to be the correct way for you. All right. And we're going to close out with a final message from Spirit. And I thought it was in here, but nonetheless, the final message from Spirit is this. Don't allow negative emotions to fester. If you are feeling frustrated, angry, or hurt, for example, just acknowledge that. Instead of fighting your feelings, go with them and work with them. Then true healing can really begin. I feel that this message here is for those of you that haven't made a decision yet. Because this might be the doubt part that is coming in. This might be where you are still juggling and trying to figure out, right? Because you're allowing, for some of you might be allowing your emotions to kind of get in the way. That's why generally it is said for the collective of other people that when it comes to making decisions, this is one part of the aspect trait that we can learn from Aquarius. Because Aquarius, that's why, not that they don't have emotions, it's just that when making a decision, they analyze. They're more logical and analytical, leaving out that emotional aspect, because emotions, it can block, it can fog, it can get in the way of making a decision. So for those of you that might be struggling and maybe having a little emotional kind of breakdown because even frustration is an emotion. Angriness is an emotion. Being hurt, that is an emotion. It doesn't have to be you weeping and crying. No, any type of bodily reaction to a situation, it is an emotion. And it's saying that don't fight it, go with it. But at the end of the day, know that that's where your true healing will begin. But don't let it continue to fester. So there's a need for you to shake it off and to go ahead and not hold back and to proceed and make that decision. All will be okay. All right, my Aquarius, 35 minutes. I'm going to stop here. I'm going to leave the reading here. I hope it was beneficial and helpful for you. It is going to, like I said, bother me that I didn't see it, but I know when I was preparing your cards twice, I got, guess what? Right quick. I know I'm not crazy. Trust came up. Yes, thank you, Spirit. Because Spirit knows she's not going to rest until she finds it. So as we close out, I wanted to highlight, in addition to that card, trust, remember, it showed up under me taking the liberty to go in, because I mentioned that you guys got a lot of twos in your reading and wanted to go in to see the meaning. And one of the meanings behind the number 2 was trust your intuition. That ties in with this trust where it says, trust your inner voice. Your inner voice is your intuition. It's your inner guidance at this time. Thank you, Spirit. I'm so happy. Now I can say to you, Aquarius, enjoy the rest of your day. I hope that the reading was helpful for you. But at any time you want a more extended version that would tap into your personal situation and your energy, I am open for private sessions. The information will be linked in my description box where you can book me for a personal. Until the next moon phase reading, my Aquarius, enjoy. Go ahead. Don't be afraid to unleash and let go what needs to be let go at this time. And it won't hurt to also, as what we should do anyway, is to go ahead and manifest. Set your intentions on what it is you truly want and who you want to come into your life at this time. All right, I'm out. I'm signing off. Enjoy. Peace, love, and light. Thank you for watching, and thank you for your patience. Bye for now.